Yo, I want to do this again with no cuts, so if I make any mistakes in my speech or whatever, just ignore me. But man, I just find it crazy the way shit happens. Things can be going so well and then they all just fall apart in an instant. I've been with my girlfriend now for just about a year, and the entire time we've been together, she's been working at the same place, which, when you're my age, is quite long. I mean, I know there's people in their 40s that have been working somewhere for 20 years, but I'm only 19. Um, she's been working there. It's her first ever job, and she's been working there for over a year. She went to their Christmas parties. She's had 2 Easters there. You know, all of this. It probably sounds really random, but that's just the way I've been thinking about it. 2 Easters, like, it's a long time. A year is a long time, and it's for an apprenticeship as well. So I think it's a year and a half is the apprenticeship. She'd done a year, and it's a dental nurse apprenticeship, right? And she wants this to be her first step towards being a dentist. She then wants to do her A level, then go uni. But a year into it, after a year of progress, after doing one of her exams and everything, they said we don't need you to work here anymore, and just let her go, which is conveniently after a year they have to start paying apprentices more. It's only the first year that they don't have to pay them as much, and they literally like 3 days before her 1 year let her go. The week after she did her exam, it was horrifying, but it was just sad because she's always found it hard to find happiness. You know what I mean? She's had a difficult teenage life, and on anxiety medication just because of the way shit makes her feel and stuff. And so getting this job, like last year, you'd hear it from her friends, her family, how this was like the first time she'd ever been really this happy every day. Everything was going well in her life. She found me. She had a lot of friends, and she had a job. She had an income, and it was working towards something she wanted to do. So when it got took away from her, I knew that was going to break her spirit, and it did. It did break her spirit, and the college gave her 6 weeks to find a new work placement. Ignore that, my TV's on. 6 weeks to find a new work placement, and then after a week, she was asked to come into a new dentist, and they made it sound super promising. So they asked her to come in and do a trial on a Monday. And so she came and did the trial. After that, they said, okay, come back tomorrow. She ended up being there for a week and 3 days. So last Monday, she went in, she worked that whole week, and she worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Over that time, they asked her for her national insurance number. They asked her to bring in her passport. They got in contact with her college tutor. Everything, except just saying, yeah, we'll take you on. They had her come in the entire week, unpaid, by the way, the entire week. And then they said, oh yeah, just come in next week until Wednesday and we'll have a decision for you. She comes in every day, and they tell her, yeah, we don't want you here. That wasted so much of the time she had to search. Now she's only got 2 weeks left, and it just makes me so sad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I cried earlier. Like, I'm having my own stresses at the moment, and I just feel so bad for her because I know, like, this place got her hopes up, and like I say, she's had a hard time finding happiness sometimes, so she's not the most optimistic person ever. She doesn't like to get her hopes up, but she kind of let her guard down, and I don't blame her because the way they talked to her, it was like they were going to hire her on the spot. She let her guard down, got her hopes up, and it was all for nothing. And you know, I mean, God forbid if she can't find somewhere in the next 2 weeks, and she does lose that apprenticeship she's put so much time into, and through this apprenticeship decided that she wanted, like, she didn't know she wanted to be a dentist before this, but she loved it so much that it made her choose her career path based around it. So if she loses it after doing it for so long, then oh man, I don't even want to imagine what that will do to her, how that will make her feel. It's really sad. So I just hope she can find somewhere that's convenient for her, like a good place, and that will obviously take her take her on. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it will go well, but just finding it hard to find hope in anything at the moment, which sounds so dumb and sad bar core, but I don't know. I started my new job and she was so happy. Like I say, she's been working at this job the whole time we've known each other. I'd never had a job before, and so I got my job. She was so proud of me. She made me my lunch for my first day. She called me on my lunch break to ask me how it was going, and believe it or not, this was the day she lost hers, the same day I started mine. So she ended up calling me again about an hour later, just crying, saying she lost her job. And yeah, it just breaks my heart to see her sad. This is really irrelevant, and you know, it doesn't really make any sense for the channel or anything, but you know, I needed something to post, and so I'm here talking. That's what's been on my mind all day. It's made me really upset. And like I say, I've been so, since I've started this job, I think I said it yesterday, I've been so bored and empty that I'm finding it hard to manage. And then stuff like this happens, makes it so much worse. Like, you know, the thing I have to look forward to if I'm having a fucking horrible week is I'll get to see her on the weekend. But then, like, so basically what I'm saying is she's the most important thing to me, and if she isn't happy, she loses her job, I don't know what she will do. I doubt she knows either, and it's like I can't then be happy if she is so heartbroken, because that's the most important thing to me. Or she is the most important thing to me, and she's breaking down. Like, I can't find happiness in that. So it is just a really hard time at the moment. But hopefully we'll get through it. But yeah, I just needed to talk on here today, and that's what's on my mind. So hope you enjoyed the update.